welcome to my channel Study Time. So today we will do question answers from the chapter We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. So these are the questions from the book Hornbill. The question number 1 here is, list the steps taken by the captain. The first one here, protect the ship when rough weather began. तो उस टाइम पे नरेटर ने क्या किया था? To protect the ship when rough weather began, the captain planned to slow the ship down. तो नरेटर ने सोचा कि इस शिप को स्लो किया जाए. द स्टॉर्म जिप वॉज ड्रॉप्ड. जिप जो होती है एक स्मॉल सेल होती है. स्टॉर्म जिप होती है जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा विंडी वेदर में यूज़ की जाती है. जब विंड्स बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ होती हैं तब स्टॉर्म जिप को यूज़ किया जाता है. तो उसे उन्होंने सोचा कि उसे ड्रॉप करेंगे. एंड द मूरिंग रोप विच वॉज हैवी वॉज लैश्ड इन अ लूप ओवर द स्टर्न. मूरिंग रोप्स जो होते हैं, रोप्स आर यूज्ड टू कीप द बोट अवे फ्रॉम मूविंग. तो उसे उन्होंने यूज किया टू और उन्होंने उसे दे लैश्ड इन अ लूप ओवर द स्टर्न. स्टर्न इज एक्चुअली द बैक एंड ऑफ द शिप. तो उसे वो डबल फास्टन कहते हैं. एवरीथिंग वाज डबल फास्टन एंड दे वेंट थ्रू द लाइफ राफ्ट ड्रिल. दे आल्सो अटैच्ड लाइफ लाइन्स एंड वोर लाइफ जैकेट्स. The second question here is to check flooding of the water in the ship. तो उस वक्त नरेटर क्या करता है? हर्ब एंड लैरी started to pump the water out. तो लैरी और हर्ब की ये ड्यूटी थी कि वो जितना भी वाटर है उसे पंप आउट करेंगे. The canvas was stretched by the captain and the waterproof hatch covers were secured across the gaping holes. तो जितने भी होल्स उसमें हो गए थे उस वहां पर उन्होंने क्या किया? वहां पर वो एक वाटरप्रूफ कैनवस हैच कवर्स को लगाते हैं. कैनवस को भी लगाया गया था. एंड व्हेन द इलेक्ट्रिक पंप शॉर्ट सर्किटेड and 2 hand pumps were blocked, he connected a spare electric pump to an out pipe in order to drain out the water. तो जिस भी वे में वो पानी को बाहर कर सकते थे तो वो सारे precautions वो लोग लेते हैं. Question number 2 here is, describe mental condition of the voyagers on 4th and 5th January. See, on 4th January, after pumping out weather continuously for 36 hours, the voyagers felt relieved. तो कुछ बेटर हो गया था. अब उस वक्त कुछ सेंटीमीटर ही पानी बचा था शिप में. They consumed their first meal in 2 days, but their break was short-lived. तो ये बहुत ही छोटे टाइम के लिए आया था. बिकॉज ऑन 5th January they faced a dangerous situation. The fear of death appeared huge and they underwent great mental stress. The situation was desperate. Desperate means out of control. When the captain went to his children to comfort them, the small boy asked them innocently if they all were going to die, but added that he did not mind dying as long as all were the family members were together. This strengthened the captain's determination to find the odds and survive. तो उसके बाद जो नरेटर था और भी ज्यादा डिटरमाइंड हो जाता है शिप को बचाने के लिए. Question number 3 is, describe the ships in the narration of the events as indicated in the 3 sections of the text. Give a subtitle to each section. See, if you have to write a brief answer, then this is the right answer. और उसके बाद हम एक दूसरा आंसर भी डिस्कस करेंगे, which is going to be a better explanation. So let's see this one first. The first section explains a peaceful journey from Plymouth in England to 3,500 किलोमीटर ईस्ट ऑफ केप टाउन इन अफ्रीका. तो वहां तक वो बहुत ही पीसफुल जर्नी रहती है. द नरेटर इज फुली कॉन्फिडेंट एंड रिलैक्स. सब कुछ बहुत अच्छे से चल रहा होता है. देन दे फेस ह्यूज वेव्स एज द वेदर डिटोरियोरेटेड. डिटोरियोरेटेड टू मीन्स टू बिकम वर्स. वेदर जो था बहुत ज्यादा वर्स हो गया था. टू सेव देमसेल्व्स दे टुक प्रिकॉशनरी मेजर्स एंड स्ट्रगल विद द डिजास्टर. द नरेशन बिकम्स grim. Grim means very serious, but exudes confidence and illustrates their fighting spirit and strong willpower. The wave walker rode out of the storm by 6th January morning, and by evening they sighted the Isle Amsterdam Island. Now the narrator is relaxed. तो इस तरह से जो 3 sections में ये जो है स्टोरी बटी हुई है। द सबटाइटल टू ईच सेक्शन इज लाइक सेक्शन 1 को आप दे सकते हैं चीयरफुल जर्नी, क्योंकि केप टाउन तक बहुत ही नॉर्मल सी जर्नी चल रही थी, जैसे उन्होंने प्लान किया था वैसे ही सब कुछ था। सेक्शन 2 है फेसिंग द वेव्स जो थी बहुत ही ह्यूज वेव्स उन्होंने फेस की थी। सेक्शन 3 आ गया आपका सर्चिंग द आइलैंड, क्योंकि वो एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी, आइलैंड पे पहुंचना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी था। अगर हम उस आंसर को थोड़ा सा और एलैबोरेट करें तो हम इस तरह से तीनों सेक्शंस में भी आंसर लिख सकते हैं। द फर्स्ट सेक्शन हियर वाज द फर्स्ट सेक्शन ओपन्स ऑन अ cheerful note. The narrator and his family are all set for their ultimate dream to take up an around the world voyage like Captain James Cook did. They have perfected their seafaring skills and they begin the voyage, and despite of the bad weather they celebrate Christmas on the wave walker. Seafaring skills mean enhancing the art of traveling by sea. तो उन्होंने ब्रिटिश वाटर में बहुत बार प्रैक्टिस की थी और उसके बाद ही उन्होंने अपना ये वॉयज स्टार्ट किया था। The second section can be this part of narration covers the hazards faced by the voyagers. There is a shift in the narration from cheerful to intense. They find themselves in an extremely fatal and disastrous situation. A huge wave hits their boat and the narrator is thrown overboard. याद है आपको अपने चैप्टर में भी पढ़ा होगा, लाइक एक रैग डॉल की तरह जो नरेटर इधर से उधर बोट पे जो था उसको लगी भी थी, चोटें भी लगी थी, and despite getting injured he maintains his composure and applies every possible way to tackle the critical situation. Composure means self-control, or you can say calmness. They manage to pump out maximum amount of water out of the boat in about 36 hours, but as they continue to face bad weather conditions, the narrator loses hope. The children remain fearless, courageous and optimistic throughout. थर्ड सेक्शन में हम लिख सकते हैं द चिल्ड्रन प्रोवाइड मॉरल सपोर्ट टू द नरेटर एंड ही कंटिन्यूज विद हिज एफर्ट्स अंडर द कैप्टेंसी ऑफ द नरेटर दे मैनेज टू रीच आइल एम्स्टरडैम द नरेटर प्रूव्स हिज सीमैनशिप एंड रिसीव्स द टाइटल ऑफ द बेस्ट डैडी एंड द बेस्ट कैप्टन फ्रॉम हिज चिल्ड्रन। अब इन तीनों सेक्शंस को हम लाइक फर्स्ट सेक्शन को हम दे सकते हैं टाइटल राउंड द वर्ल्ड वॉयज बिगिंस, सेकेंड सेक्शन कुड बी द अटैक ऑफ द बिग वेव एंड द थर्ड सेक्शन अल्टीमेट victory because they have found the Isle Amsterdam Island. Now about the text, discuss the following questions with your partner. Question number 1 here is what difference did you notice between the reaction of the adults and the children when faced with danger? See, there are lots of differences in the way the children and adults reacted when faced with danger. The adults initially felt the stress of the situation, but they soon garnered strength and prepared themselves to face it. When the rough weather began, enough precautions were taken to protect the ship. Everyone was equipped with waterproof clothes, lifelines and life jackets. Herb and Larry worked optimistically and cheerfully for 3 continuous days to pump the water out from the ship. The narrator at the wheel was replaced by Mary, who is his wife, who steered the ship when the deck was smashed. She served them meals after a struggle of 2 days against all odds. As a captain, the narrator performed his role with determination, courage, responsibility and resourcefulness. He undertook the repair work by providing apparatus and giving the direction which were required to protect the ship. He helped in steering the ship towards the island. The children suffered patiently and silently. Sue, with her troubles, did not bother her father. John behaved courageously and was not scared to die if everyone perished together. Perish means if they all died together, तो उसे इस बात से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी। तो वो काफी ज्यादा करेज शो किया बच्चों ने और इस तरह से जो है वो एट लास्ट आइल एम्स्टरडैम आइलैंड पे पहुंच जाते हैं। इसका आंसर हम ये भी there was a lot of difference between the way in which the adults and children reacted when they faced danger. The adults lost hope and waited for their end with a heavy heart, बिकॉज आपको याद होगा नरेटर और मैरी भी डेक पे बैठे होते हैं एक दूसरे का हाथ पकड़ के और उन्हें अपना एंड बहुत ज्यादा नियर नजर आ रहा होता है। एट दिस पॉइंट दे वर मोटिवेटेड बाय द चिल्ड्रन ऑफर्ड मॉरल सपोर्ट टू द एडल्ट्स। दे displayed maturity and tolerance. Jonathan expressed his fearlessness and courage when he said that they were not afraid of dying if they all could be together. Sue expressed her love and gratitude for her parents by making a greeting card. She was strong enough not to let her parents know about her serious injuries. She did not want to bother her parents at the time of crisis. How does the story suggest optimism helps to endure the direst stress? Direst means dreadful or frightful. Okay, the story suggests that optimism helps to endure the direst stress. The behavior of four adults throughout the crisis bears it out. Herb Sigler and Larry Vigil were the two crewmen. As the deck was smashed by the huge waves, water entered the ship from the openings and holes. From the evening of 2nd January, Herb and Larry started to pump out water. They worked feverishly, excitedly, and continuously for about 36 hours. As a result of pumping continuously, they reached the last few centimeters of water on 4th January. They stayed optimistic and cheerful while facing dangerous situations. The narrator did not lose his presence of mind, hope, or courage while facing problems. He was not worried about the equipment loss and used whatever was present there. His practical knowledge and self-confidence helped them steer out of the storm and reach the Isle Amsterdam Island. In those difficult hours, Mary remained at the wheel. She did not lose courage or hope either. तो इस तरह से सभी बहुत ज़्यादा पॉजिटिव रहते हैं. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम थी उन्होंने बहुत ही ज़्यादा bravely they faced everything. What lessons do from such hazardous experiences when we are face to face with death? See, hazardous experiences bring us face to face with death and impart a few crucial lessons. Our life is not always a bed of roses. हमेशा दिन अच्छे नहीं रहते. We must respond to risk and danger with fortitude. Fortitude means courage and patience. The most important lesson that we learn is not to lose hope under any circumstances. At times, life presents very dire situations. Okay, very dreadful, frightful situations aa jati hain, but if one is optimistic about finding a solution and overcomes the odds, one will always be successful. Furthermore, such dangerous situations teach the necessity of common sense, ongoing efforts to avoid disaster, and the importance of being extra cautious and diligent. Diligent means हार्ड वर्किंग. अगर आप हार्ड वर्किंग है तो आप कोई भी बुरी से बुरी सिचुएशन को ओवरकम कर सकते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. व्हाई people undertake such adventurous expeditions in spite of the risk involved? अब पता होता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्क है लेकिन तब भी लोग एक ऐसे एडवेंचरस एक्सपीडिशंस को undertake करते हैं. See, most of us like to lead a risk-free life, but there are few of us who believe that if we want to live life to the fullest, we have to go beyond day-to-day routine. If that was not the case, a lot of mysteries, places, and events would not have been known to the world. The urge to do something out of the ordinary forces people to take adventurous expeditions in spite of the risks involved. At times, adventures are risky. Adventures are risky and prove deadly. The failure of few people does not discourage true lovers of adventure. They learn lessons from errors and shortcomings of others and make new attempts with greater zeal. The key to an adventurous expedition lies in adapting to the situations and overcoming the problem. The victory of an adventurous expedition brings wealth, fame, and glory. History books are full with accounts of well-known explorers such as Vasco da Gama, Columbus, Captain Scott, and Captain Cook. तो इस तरह से एडवेंचर्स भी ज़रूरी होते हैं. इससे आप बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें जो लॉट ऑफ मिस्ट्रीज हैं, कुछ ऐसे प्लेसेस और इवेंट्स हैं, वो दुनिया के सामने कभी आ ही नहीं पाएंगे अगर लोग हिम्मत नहीं दिखाएंगे. The picture of the boat is given and some words are given in the box. which you have to put at the right place so you can go through this. Here I have all those words on this board and you can copy it from here. I hope you have understood the answers well. If you still have any problem, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you like the video, kindly like, share and subscribe.